They return every summer, golden blooms and wings on the wind, as if joy remembers where to land. In the quiet corner of my garden, the tall golden blooms of Telechia speciosa rise once again. Each summer they return, steady, unhurried, marking the rhythm of seasons that have shaped my life. There's something about summer that brings it all closer. Grief, memory, the quiet weight of what we lived through. While the world shines bright and everything blooms, there can be this deeper pull inside. A soft ache shaped by the challenges we've faced. Losses that don't always show on the outside, but still move through us. Somehow the warmth, the scent, the golden light, they stir it all up. Not to hurt us, but maybe to help us remember how far we've come. The Telechias returned year after year, even when I forgot to notice, even when I was too weary to feel wonder. They stood tall anyway, just as they do now, reminding me that something beautiful can grow from the deepest ache. Their golden faces rise not to erase the grief, but to soften it, to say, "You're still here, and so is life." And the fritillary comes, just like always, as if time moves in circles, not lines. As if healing doesn't mean forgetting, but remembering more gently. I don't think we ever stop missing the ones we lose. But I've come to understand that longing can become something softer, like light through leaves, or the hush of wings landing on petals. The Telechias don't ask for anything. They just rise tall, golden, honest. And in their return each summer, I feel a kind of grace. Not the kind that erases sorrow, but the kind that grows beside it, like a second root. Somehow in this rhythm of return, I find myself again, a little more whole, a little more still, and always a little more open to the quiet beauty of being alive. Mid-July always brings a shift. The fields start to glow gold, like the sun is slowly pouring itself back into the earth. The flower fields are at their peak right now, standing tall, generous, humming with insects and wind. But it's the blue chicory that's taken my breath this summer. It's everywhere, whole stretches of roadside flickering with that sky-colored blue. I've never seen so much of it before. The blue chicory is unlike anything else, like the gaze of something ancient, soft, quiet, but impossible to look away from. It only opens in the morning light, and by the time the day heats up, it's already letting go. There's something sacred in that. A reminder, maybe, that we don't have to hold everything forever. That just being here, just showing up in the light while we can, is enough. I've always felt the chicory carries messages. Its roots dig deep into dry, overlooked soil, and yet it rises every year. It blooms where most things give up. That alone is a kind of wisdom. But this summer something feels different. The sheer amount of chicory along roadsides, in empty fields, places I've never seen them before. It's like they've come to say something more. There's a quiet urgency to it, as if we're standing at some crossroad, as if this is not just a season, but a crossing. A near-death experience, not for one of us, but maybe for all of us. Something is shifting deeply, invisibly. And I believe that a year from now, nothing will look the same. The chicory knows, the earth knows. It always speaks first in color, in vibration, in quiet signs most people pass by. But for those who feel it, this isn't just about beauty anymore. It's a soft blue signal rising from the dust, asking, are you paying attention? And maybe it's no coincidence that this year, when so much in the world feels fragile and noisy, the blue-eyed flowers have come in such numbers. Maybe they're here to show us what still matters, what remains steady. This shade of blue somewhere between sky and violet, it's everywhere right now. And I think this might be the true color of July. Not just the gold, pink and green we expect, but this soft, smoky blue that shows up quietly and stays with you. There's something about the way it rises out of dry soil, right next to the golden fields. That contrast does something to the heart. It softens the edges of the day. It slows everything down. Even the mind, even the breath. This kind of blue brings a sense of space when the world feels too full. Maybe that's why during the peak of summer, when everything is bursting with life and sound, we need it most. At the height of the season, with everything burning bright, there's still room for gentleness, for rest, for the kind of beauty that doesn't ask to be noticed, but stays with you long after you've passed it by. The thing about chicory is, you can't pick it. You try and it just folds. The stem bends, the bloom wilts. It's not made to be held in the hand. It's made to be seen where it stands. There's a lesson in that too. Some things are most beautiful when left exactly where they belong. The chicory's true purpose is to stand tall, rooted in the dry earth, catching morning light, holding that clear blue against the gold of summer. It doesn't last long, and maybe that's why it stays with you. Not because you took it home, but because you didn't. We're not here to possess beauty. We're here to witness it, to feel it brush against something inside us we forgot was still alive. And that's what nature does, I think. It doesn't ask us to fix anything. It just invites us to notice, to be still, and in that noticing, something shifts. Not loudly, not all at once, but slowly like roots finding water. This is how healing begins, in quiet places with eyes open, with feet on the ground, with flowers like the chicory, who remind us that strength isn't in lasting forever, but in standing for a little while in our true form. And now here in my own garden, the Tselechia speciosus are standing tall again, just as they've done every July for the past 12 years. Passed down from my grandmother's garden, they've taken root in my life too. In just a couple of weeks, they'll be surrounded by butterflies. So many kinds, huge amounts of them, all arriving as if on cue. Painted ladies, red admirals, peacocks, brimstones, wings of every pattern and shade filling the air above the flower beds. And I remember, I don't need to understand it all. I just need to be here, because healing doesn't always come in silence. Sometimes it comes in color, in wings, in the warm hum of life returning, over and over again. We grow like this too, slowly, season by season. Some of us, like the chicory, find our way in hard places, in dry ground, in silence, in the in-between spaces, and still somehow we bloom. And if your heart ever feels too full or too tired, go watch the fields move in the wind. Just stand there. Watch how everything bends but doesn't break, how it leans, flows, and always finds its way back. That kind of softness, it stays with you. It really is a choice to see the beauty in simple things. And I don't know, this summer, it's like nature wanted to help us remember. We've all carried so much, across time, across years, across moments we didn't always speak about. And maybe now is our time to gather what's grown. Not just what we planted, but everything we lived through. Because joy, like the butterflies, always finds its way home. Stay kind and shine your light.